Jason here. So today I'm going to do a video review of the Apple Watch. If you've read my articles in the past or have seen my videos, in the past I was one of the first people to not only purchase but review the Pebble smartwatch. And you can see a link for my article right here if you decide you want to read it. I found a lot of limitations with it. It was black and white, it was small, it was slow. I didn't really like that it didn't have all the functionality I was looking for in a smartwatch. So then of course I tried the Kreyos smartwatch, and I found, and here's the link for that one in case you want to read that article. And I found the same thing. It was very limited in functionality. Sure, it upped the game a little bit, but it was still very limited. So more recently, I got a chance to speak to the CEO of the Rufus Cuff wrist communicator, and you can see that link right here of the article and the Q&A that I had with the CEO. This is more of like a smartphone on your wrist, and I'm really looking forward to finding out what that's like once I finally receive it after the production is finished. But today we're going to talk about the Apple Watch. So let's get right into the functionality of it, what I like about it, what I don't like about it. All right. First thing you'll notice is it's dim when you have it off like this, and when you pull it up, it turns on. You can customize the watch face pretty easily by pushing down on the watch face like that. You can kind of scan through the different watch faces. So if you want Mickey Mouse, you find them, click on them, and then there he is. You can now customize this watch face by clicking on customize, and you can not change too much on this particular watch face, but the one that I like, that I use is this one here. And you can change the colors and where things are positioned on the screen. So I just got a notification, got some new emails, and so that shows you how on my phone, if I go onto my phone now, you'll see those emails are popping up on my phone, but they're also popping up on my watch. So I can just dismiss those and click the side button here to go into the different apps that are on my watch here. One of the cool things I do like about it is I can click on the camera. Sorry, I clicked on Meetup. Okay, this is a good example of what I don't like about the watch. My fat fingers touched the wrong icon because it's just too small of a screen. It really is small compared to this huge iPhone screen. So I'm going to put my iPhone here, click on the camera icon if I can. I didn't do it again. I clicked the 8 ball this time. So let's go to camera. There we go. It automatically opens the camera. Okay. And let's take a picture. So there you go. It just took a picture from the camera on my phone. If I close the phone, it says your camera app was closed. So let's close that up. Let's do one of my favorite things on this watch is the text message. I'm going to text my friend Kristen, who's actually sitting behind me. So I'm going to scroll down to reply. You can't type on the screen, but I can go through a bunch of different messages that are already on here, or I can add a smiley face or a heart or other things like that. So I'm going to stick with talking to my wrist like Dick Tracy would. Hey Kristen, so what do you think of the Apple Watch so far? And then I'm going to hit send as text instead of audio. And let's see what Kristen says. She's over there. Let's see what happens when she responds. I'm going to let the watch dim out. So Kristen LaSalle just said, love it. Great, so now I can reply to her again, and I can say thank you, and it'll just send automatically. I don't have to even push anything. I can also call her. In this case, I'm going to have her call me. Let's see what happens when she calls me. Okay, so it says Kristen LaSalle, incoming call. My iPhone is also ringing, but I'm going to answer it on the iWatch, the Apple Watch. Little tough to answer, but there we go. Got it. Hi, Kristen.
Hi, Jason. Jason, how are you?
I'm pretty good. So I just wanted to test the volume on the phone, on the watch, and show people how loud it is. So say a couple cool things about the Apple Watch that you like so far.
Well, I really like the watch because you don't have to bring your phone or purse out. I'm a girl, so I love it.
Cool. All right. Thanks, Kristen. So that shows you like how the phone works on the watch and kind of the volume. It's a little low, but I can hear her. She can hear me, so it does work well. So one of the biggest things about the watch that I like was what I just did. I was able to answer a call on the watch and not have to pull my huge iPhone 6 Plus out of my pocket to answer the call or text back. I found myself like walking my dog around the park, and my watch kept buzzing with messages and notifications, and it was actually kind of refreshing not having to constantly pull out my phone to answer it and respond back. I can respond texts right on the watch. Now, there are limitations. So if I go on email, for example, I found myself, if I find an email that I actually want to respond to, for example, this one here, I found that I can scroll down and read this email, but I can't respond. So I can't reply to emails yet. That's kind of tough because I'd like to respond to emails. Also, one of the things that I do like about it, I'll do the plus and minus. Plus, I love the activity meter. So the activity meter shows me how many calories I've used up today, how many steps I've taken, total distance in miles. I can see how, it gives me a little more detail of how many hours today I've stood up out of 12, how many minutes of exercise so far. And I haven't exercised today. When I do, I'll make sure I take care of all this. So I do like the activity. It's kind of cool, but you can get that out of a pedometer. So you don't really need an Apple Watch for that, but it is cool. I also want to show how, for example, the Amazon app works. So a little frustrating because I'd love to be able to see stuff on here and then buy it, but all I can do is search. So I'm going to search for, oops, cancel that. It was too quick for me. Apple Watch accessories. Okay, it's done. Let's see what Amazon finds on the watch here. As you see, it's a little slow. There we go, finally. So if I click on this Apple Watch stand, I can scroll through and see it, but all I can do is add to wish list. It says it cannot be purchased from my watch. So yeah, I guess if I didn't want to pull out my phone, I could add it to my wish list, but I love the fact that on my phone, I can just click one button and buy it immediately. So that's kind of not really, interesting to me. Same goes with a lot of other things like Instagram. Instagram, you can scroll through and that's about it. You can just look at the feed. So kind of just scroll through. Now you can like someone's photo here. So I just liked it. But it's pretty limited as what you can do on here, and it's small too. So like if I want to look at a picture, it's pretty small, and all this shows me is the comments people are leaving. So it's not even showing me the photo in full, in a full screen. But the fact that I can do it on my watch is kind of cool. The photos portion of the app on the watch, if I click on photos, so this is kind of unique. You can scroll in and find a photo. If you tap, it'll go further in. If you tap again, it'll go further in. So now you can see the photo, and I can scroll back and forth and show different photos. So that's kind of cool, and you can scroll out with the wheel. So it does have some cool features. I find it to be a little slow. The apps are kind of lacking because you can't do everything that you can do on the phone. But I do love the messaging. Messaging is my favorite because I can respond on my wrist and get the notifications to my wrist. I do like the watch. It's kind of cool. I like the fact that it has the temperature, battery life, the time, the day, the date, a stopwatch built in right here. I just click on stopwatch and see how it doesn't respond every time. You got to actually push kind of hard sometimes, but I can start a stopwatch. Comes in handy sometimes. Overall, I think the Apple Watch is a good step in the right direction. It still doesn't have all of the same functionality in what I'm looking for in a smartwatch. It's not bad. I say if you're an Apple fan and you always buy the new Apple gadgets, I'd say definitely buy one because it'll free you from your iPhone, little bits and pieces here and there. I especially love the text messaging, both it coming up on the watch as a notification and being able to respond. It really does come in handy. I also like the fact that the battery life on it is not too bad. It lasts me an entire day. It does go through Bluetooth, so it kills my phone battery a little quicker, but honestly, it lasts from morning till night without dying, which is great, and I use it a lot. So I think the next version should be more like the Rufus Cuff wrist communicator, where it's like really on your wrist, maybe even solar powered, so you don't have to use batteries. Maybe even a hologram, so you don't have to even wear it. Just tap a thing on your wrist and a hologram pops up. That would be amazing. So I give it, out of 5 stars, I give the Apple Watch, this version, 3 stars out of 5. I'd say version 2 and 3 are probably going to be much better. And I just got another text message on my wrist, so I don't have to check my phone. It's kind of cool. And I'd say give it a try. You know, it can't hurt. Worst case scenario, you can sell it on eBay for a couple $100 more than you paid for it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.